Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the CD Racoola Show. Ring ding 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 ding. Ring ding 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 ding. Oh, that's old CD's impression of a chainsaw, by the way. And that's because today's show we will be cutting Texas Chainsaw Massacre all to pieces. Ha 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 ha. I watched this film on the Netflix machine not too long ago. Oh, by the way, this is the 2022 film, not the 1974 original film. Though this film was a sequel to that original film, that much I can tell you. You definitely should watch the original film if you have the time. And I know you humans get so busy nowadays doing whatever it is you human peasants do for a living. Just another cog in the wheel, I suppose. Anywho, so back to the film. This film definitely got a lot of bad reviews, that's for sure. Let me tell you, Hollywood guys out there, if you want to make a sequel or even a remake of film, which is always tempting to do, to try to repeat a former great film's success, it's always very, very difficult to outdo the original. It just is. It just is. This 2022 movie had a pretty good cast, though, with Sarah Yarkin standing out to me. It also had a good director, David Blue Garcia. Just listen to that name, really rolls off the tongue. David Blue Garcia. I like it. Maybe I like it a little too much. CD Blue Racoola. Doesn't come off quite as cool. So, yeah, this film got some bad reviews, but I don't think that it necessarily deserved all of them, and it definitely had some redeeming qualities about it. Speaking of redeeming qualities, I think that one of the qualities about the film was a focus on gore and kill scenes. It definitely had its share of gore and sweet kills for old Leatherface. But I think the gore and the extreme violence almost overshadowed the villain himself, if that makes sense. So the redeeming quality also doomed the film in a way. Don't get me wrong, though. The amount of blood spilled in this film got me excited and a little bit hungry. Kind of like watching a commercial for Arby's or whatever does it for you humans. Speaking of humans, in my opinion, they made Leatherface the worst thing they could make anyone in this world. Human. They made him way too human in this film. He just seemed like a really mad, large man to me. They didn't, build him up into this unstoppable monster that wears other people's faces. I wanted him to be a little more Jason Voorhees, who I think is kind of in the same genre of unstoppable killing machine with mommy issues. That is really more monster than man. I could have used a little more slow burn horror tactic to build up Leatherface to all his glory, instead of rushing so fast into the killing and dismembering of the Texas youth. The gore scenes were pretty sweet, though, I have to admit that. It had old CD both loving and hating this film at the same time. I went through a roller coaster of emotions watching the film. 1 minute I'm watching it just hating it, thinking about how I can't wait for this to be over so I can rewatch the original. And the next minute, Leatherface would come out of nowhere and cut someone in half. and I'm standing up in my chair in my favorite 300-year-old loafers, mind you, screaming, "You go, homeboy! Get you some!" So it definitely had its ups and downs, in my opinion, but it didn't deserve all the bad reviews that it got. But there is always a but. The villain was weak, and in a film like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's all we care about. Duh! I mean, like, duh! In this film, Leatherface was big, Leatherface was bad, but Leatherface wasn't scary. And when we are talking horror films, that just isn't going to cut it. Not even with a chainsaw. I will, however, say this movie is worth watching. Just for the ending. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It definitely makes it worth the watch, so make sure you watch it. I would like to thank you again for joining me here on the CD Racoola Show. Like, share, and subscribe so I can buy new loafers. After 300 years, mine are getting a little funky. Join us next episode on the show when we review Netflix news series Resident Evil. I do so hope that's a good TV series, rather. Old CD loves him some Resident Evil, as you well know. So till next time, if you take a trip on down to Texas, be sure to stop by the hardware store and stock up on your chainsaws. Ring ding 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 ding. Ring ding ding. Ha ha ha. Ciao.